the Louisiana Road Hope Program gave you money to redo your house, and then after your house was done, then they turned around and they sent you a letter saying, oh, now we'll give you money to elevate your house. So why would I want to elevate my house after it's already been repaired?
The program's been around for 2 years. The storm was 3 years ago, but I mean, it's ridiculous. It should not take this long. And we just don't think the company that they hired to do it, you know, they didn't have the experience to do it. The road home has just been so incompetent in how they calculate things, because they're supposed to get numbers on how much people got in their insurance claims, and we find that, you know, most of the time the numbers the road home has are wrong.
Before the storm, Fritzl's was basically standing room only every night.
75% left initially, and it was a slow climb over the months after Katrina that people started coming back. The problem that we have here with storms in general, and Katrina was a good example of that, is that much of our business is depending on tourism. And not just general tourism, but also with conventions. We have one of the largest convention centers in the country, not to mention all the hotels that are hospitality is our business here in New Orleans. So when people have meetings and stuff, it's a wonderful place to come, the food, the music, and everything else, and we depend on that. When Katrina happened, all that stopped.
Just this year, our tourists started coming back, and now our conventions are coming back again. So with all that, it's good, because conventions come into town and they want to book jazz musicians to come and play at the conventions. Huge, huge difference from the last 2 years where the conventions all canceled out.
Right after Katrina, the last thing I wanted to hear was a song about Katrina, and they were so well meant. You know, people have good hearts, and they wanted to ask about it, and they wanted to talk about it, and they wanted to ask me questions. What happened to you? What's your story? And I didn't want to talk about it, because it was too hard to talk about. It's a little like people that you don't know coming up to you and asking, oh, you were in the World Trade Center on 9/11. How was that? It's a little more difficult to talk about than I think a lot of people realize. So I wrote a song explaining my evacuation, and then I wrote another song, not really about the hurricane, but about people asking me questions.
What all is going on in the musical industry in New Orleans? Because, like Harry Connick said once, can you imagine Bourbon Street without the music? You know, you have to have the music here. It's part of our culture.
You need to be scared. You need to be concerned. And you need to get your butts moving out of New Orleans right now. This is the storm of the century. There is not another one that anybody can think about that is as powerful, and we really don't know how strong it's going to get, because it's getting ready to get into the Gulf of Mexico, where the waters are as warm as 90 degrees. So we're not sure how strong this storm is going to get. So as a result of that, ladies and gentlemen, I am announcing today that we are ordering a mandatory evacuation of the city of New Orleans starting in the morning at 8 a.m. on the West Bank. We want our West Bank people to move out. We want you to move out quickly and not play around with this. If you are stubborn enough, if you are not taking this as seriously as we need you to take it, and if you decide to stay, you are on your own. There will be no services available for you, no emergency services. We have to make sure that we try and protect our police, fire, and other officers and first responders, and we're not sure when they will be able to provide you with services. So please,